In a quiet town, hugged by misty mountains, lived a 13-year-old boy named Lucas. He carried a gentle sadness that most people never noticed. His father had passed away 2 years earlier, and since then, Lucas and his mother lived a humble life. His mom worked long hours at the local bakery, her smile often tired. Lucas tried to be strong for her, but deep down, he felt a stone in his chest, growing heavier each day. One cold winter afternoon, Lucas sat on his porch, staring at his old, cracked soccer ball. He and his dad used to play together, dreaming of big games under bright lights. Now, the ball just sat there, a dusty relic of a happier time. He hadn't touched it in almost 2 years. His mother came home early that day and found him lost in thought. She sat beside him and finally spoke softly. "Lucas, I know the world feels too big sometimes, but I want to share 3 lessons with you. Lessons your father always believed in." Lucas looked at her, his eyes shining. "How, Mom?" he whispered. "Through 3 small challenges," she answered with a tender smile. "For the first lesson," she said, "tomorrow, take your soccer ball to the empty field behind the old mill and just kick it once. Only once." The next day was freezing. Lucas walked slowly to the field, the ball feeling heavier than ever. He stood in the middle of the empty grass, looked at the gray sky, and with a shaky breath, he kicked the ball. It rolled a few feet and stopped. But something inside him moved, a tiny crack in the stone on his heart. That evening, he told his mother, "I did it, but it felt strange." She hugged him. "That's the first lesson, my love. Even when your heart is broken, you have the strength to take one small step. It doesn't fix everything, but it reminds you that you are still here, and that matters more than you know." For the second lesson, his mother said, "Tomorrow, go back to the same field, but this time kick the ball 10 times. Count each one out loud." The next afternoon, the wind was calmer. He kicked once, 1, twice, 2. By the 10th kick, his legs felt alive again, and his voice was stronger. He stayed longer than he planned, kicking the ball back and forth, whispering the numbers like a secret song. That night, he told her, "Mom, when I said the numbers out loud, it felt like I was talking to Dad again. Like he could hear me." His mother's eyes filled with tears. That's the second lesson. Lucas, when life feels empty, small, repeated actions bring meaning back. Practice doesn't have to be big. It just has to be faithful. Every kick, every word, is a promise that you haven't given up. For the third lesson, she said, "Tomorrow, go to the field again. This time, try to kick the ball as hard and as far as you can, trying to reach the old oak tree on the far side. Give it every..." Lucas was afraid. He'd never kicked that far. But the next day, he went. He thought of his father's laugh, their last hug. Tears blurred his eyes. He took one deep breath and kicked with everything inside him. The ball soared higher and farther than he ever thought possible. It landed just a few feet short of the oak tree. Lucas fell to his knees and cried big, shaking sobs that had been locked inside for too long. When he finally stood up, the sky was a soft pink. He walked home slowly, the ball under his arm feeling lighter. That evening, he sat with his mother and said, "I almost reached the tree. Mom." "Almost," she pulled him close. "You reached something much more important, my sweet boy. You reached yourself again." That's the third lesson. When you give everything, even the broken pieces, discover you are stronger than the pain. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep showing up. From that day on, Lucas went to the field every afternoon. Slowly, the stone in his chest grew smaller. He started smiling more. He started dreaming again. A year later, he entered a local soccer tournament. He didn't play to win, but to play. Wearing his father's old number, he played with all his heart. They didn't win the trophy, but when the game ended, the crowd stood and clapped not for the score, but for the boy who had come back to life, one faithful step at a time. That night, Lucas looked at his mother under the stars and said softly, "Thank you, Mom, for teaching me how to keep going. Lucas's story teaches us 3 gentle lessons. First, even when your heart hurts, one small step forward is a victory. Second, faithful, repeated actions matter how time bring meaning and healing back to life. And third, when you give everything you have, even the broken parts, you discover you are stronger than you ever knew. Remember, it's not about the destination, but the courage to take the first step and then the next one. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires the heart. See you next time.